Hey guys, it's Sierra coming to you from Holistically Attuned with your December 1st through the 15th reading for Leo. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for December 1st through the 15th. Please be mindful that this is a general reading, which means the content may not resonate with everybody. Please take what resonates with you and leave the rest behind. Let's see. Again, if this does not resonate with you, I would say go and check out your other signs in the videos. Maybe your Venus, Sun, Moon, or Rising, depending on what this is for you. Okay, so this again is going to be for Leo, December 1st through the 15th, 2020. Leo, December 1st through the 15th, 2020. Okay guys, so a little bit really briefly about how I generally do my readings. I'm going to move that to the side. I do channel messages while I am reading, so that means that there are times where I will stop talking just because I'm channeling and I'm trying to hear that message more clearly, okay? So just bear with me if I get quiet. There are times too when I'm channeling that something very specific will come through, and that specific message will not be for everybody, and I will generally preface it with, okay, this is not for everybody, and I'll say what I have to say. If it doesn't relate to you, please just ignore that. The person that it's meant for will have heard it and know that it's for them, okay? So crowning your reading, Leo, is moving on. That's going to be our energy behind our reading today. Your theme here being trapped in fear. This is your emotions. This is your challenges or what you can expect within the next 2 weeks, or something that you have been working on. This is how you have been responding or how you will respond. And then just kind of like an overall summary and message from Spirit here, okay? Leo, I see that it's hard for you to celebrate, and not even just celebrate, but recognize when you won, when you're winning, when you are receiving the things that you have asked for. It's hard for you to do that because you are very, very hard on yourself. I feel like you're never satisfied, and it's like a false sense of success that you show to the world in your eyes, not realizing how rich you really are in other ways. The funny thing is trapped in fear, and then your base chakra, your root chakra, which is your root chakra. Your root chakra, if you're talking about your same 7 main chakras, is the very first chakra, and it's located at the base of your spine. It is what establishes our foundation, our sense of security. It talks to us about monetary things, materialistic things. It's our ego. And I feel like this trapped in fear representing anxiety is something that you do to yourself just because you live in a state of fear. Something really good is going to happen to you and you're not even going to recognize it because you're in that state of fear, that state of what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't? What if it's not everything that it's supposed to be? What if this ends up like it did before? I generally don't read cards upside down, but I find it interesting that almost all of your cards came upside down except for what you're going to be expecting this week, which is fulfillment of wishes. This is like the 9 of Cups. It's a very abundant card, but the way that you perceive things, you're not going to even celebrate it. You're going to focus more on what you didn't get as opposed to what you did get, what you didn't achieve as opposed to what you did achieve. And Spirit is saying that you really need to move away from that energy, because when you maintain that type of energy, look at this. This is you guys. This card represents Leo. But when you stay in that energy, you're not, see, toxic cycle. you're not going to be happy. And just real quick, at the bottom of that was the Ten of Pentacles. This toxic cycle keeps you from seeing your success. Just leave that there. But I feel like that's important. Look at that. That's the Nine of Cups. Right here in reverse. This is the same card, moving away, moving away. Wow, you guys. It's like, almost like saying I have to tell you something more than once in order for you to really understand what I'm trying to say to you. Oh, there's two of them, so let's keep them both. Look at this at the bottom of the deck is the World card in reverse. And even though that card is in reverse, it's still a very positive card. But when I see it in reverse, it's almost like missing your window of opportunity. And I think that that's interesting because even here at the bottom of the deck, we have the New Beginnings card, which is like the Fool card in reverse. And it's like this because of your perception, the way that you end up seeing things. And like I say, move on, move past something. Spirit is even telling you, like, it's time for you to try things in a different approach. But you're still not at that stage where you're ready to do that. Almost like you're not even really ready to recognize what your toxic cycles are that's keeping you from success. And it may be time for you to really deep down, dive in and do some shadow work, because you can't move past anything if you don't know what the root cause of it is. And for you guys, you're not really willing to accept, I wanted to say defeat right now, but the gag to that is your perception of defeat it's misconstrued. Your perception of defeat is not very clear to you. It's not very clear to you what success is, because you have this toxic cycle of fear, and it's this toxic cycle of not having enough, not being enough, things not working out for you. It's almost like you're walking around this earth thinking that you're cursed, or you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. That's the energy that this is. And the funny thing is, and then what I see here as far as your challenge, it's like, you know that this is success, you know that it's a good thing happening, but you still are going to go out of your way to see what's wrong with it. And that's what keeps you unhappy. You go out of your way you're too critical. You're critical of other people. You're critical of yourself. You're going to go out of your way to see what you could have done better, what could have gone right, quote unquote, in your eyes. And it's time to really leave that energy behind. Leave this perception that you have been maintaining through most of your life. It's time to move on past that and communicate with yourself differently, communicate with others differently, communicate with your higher self to begin with, and leave behind your old methods of communication. And again, this could be with yourself and with other people, because your old methods of communication stem from your old thought process, which is very toxic, and you need to leave it alone. You're too critical. And it's like, you're the type of person where somebody would be like, God, he's such a dick, or she's such a bitch. Not realizing that the same energy that you give them, that hypercritical energy, is the same energy that you turn on yourself. And that's the sad part. It's like suffering in silence almost. It's that type of energy. And Spirit wants you to know that if you let go of this energy, if you can move past this energy, you will have immense opportunities. 8 of Wands represents very fast movement. 3s represent celebration, and then for me, 3 of Wands, it represents moving in the right direction. You're moving towards success, and you're going to move towards there very quickly if you can change your thought process, if you can change the way you think about certain things. Because look, I shuffled and that card still came out, because the way that you are currently thinking about things, and I want to say it's even causing strife in your home. in your home life, with your significant others and the people that you care about. Look at that. You definitely need to balance some chakras. Sacral chakra represents your passion, creative expression, your desires, but you can't even begin to work on that if your base chakra is all off. Conflict and defeat, because these chakras are all off, because you continue, if you decide to continue in this behavior, thus far, you being in this behavior has led you really feeling alone and having others run away from you. It's like the thing where it's like you can't stay in a relationship long, or your friendships are like revolving doors. You're always having conflict with people. That is this energy, and it's really stemming from the type of energy that you put out. It's time for you to step away. Not step away from people. Step away from that energy. Move towards a more positive energy. Start meditating. Start doing some self-care. Start diving into the things that you care about, that you love to do. Think back to when you were younger. What did you like to do? Was it lay in the grass and watch the stars, or was it, chasing butterflies in a field? Whatever the case may be. Drawing, watching, comedies, whatever the case may be. You need to go back to that energy, and you need to start journaling and figuring out what it is that you like to do. You need to strengthen your spiritual aspect of your life. And when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about running to church. That doesn't have to be what it is for everybody. Look at this. I'm sorry to say, but I feel like for some of you, it's still not going to hit, because you haven't hit rock bottom yet. So this message is like in one ear and out the other. You're not ready to start something new. You're pretty confident that what you're doing is okay. And that's why you stay in the cycle that you're in. You're really not even ready to let go of what you've been doing. Look at this. This is interesting. It says stargazing. Didn't I just say lay under the stars? The precious time fairy, wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time. And that's that energy where you're not happy, so you make other people unhappy. That's how I see it. And you know that you're doing it. And it's like, yeah, I feel like there's some sneaky energy going on your behalf, though, on your part. Not on other people doing it to you. And some of it's sneaky, and some of it may just be misunderstood energy. I really want you guys to start handling things a different way. This is so funny. After I said looking in the stars, I was going to say chasing fairies, and then I stopped. But listen to this card, fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It said that seeing is believing, but in fact the opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Leo, it's time to change your thought process. It's time to move past it. Do not bring this negative thought process into 2021. It's time to leave these cycles behind, because if you do not end a cycle when it's time to end a cycle, and right now it's the perfect time to end a cycle, you are bound to repeat it. And cycles generally last 3 years, 7 years, 9 years, 21 years, things like that. Like, you don't want to be stuck doing the same thing over and over. It's like the definition of insanity, doing something different or doing the same thing repeatedly, expecting a different outcome. And you're so confident too. That's the part. You are so confident too. And for some of you guys watching this may be a Leo that you deal with on the opposite side of that. Maybe you're not a Leo. Maybe you're watching this because your significant other is a Leo. I just feel like you're so confident. This Leo is so confident that They know it. They just know what they're doing. They know how to handle it. They know that they could never have been the problem in the situation, or they could never be the reason. They're their own reason for unhappiness, like blasphemy. And that's just not the case. And so, Leo, I would implore you to please, please, please be very mindful of your thoughts. Thoughts hold a lot of power. Words are very powerful. I would implore you to be very, very mindful of your thoughts. Think before you speak. Think before you react. Not every action needs you to react. Some people may try to draw you in, but if you can try to be mindful of your thoughts, you'll see that things move for you very quickly in the right direction. And so I think that that's all for you, Leo. So if this message resonated, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification button. And if you do not already do so, follow me on Instagram. It is at holistically_attuned. I also have a online store where you can buy a lot of different things like conjured oils, spelled candles, chakra balancing candles, Reiki charge candles, crystals, herbs, all that good stuff. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, please go ahead and log on to my website at www.holisticallyattuned.com. And then also check out my podcast, Becoming Magical 101. So again, I hope that this helped the ones that it was supposed to, and I'll see you guys in about 2 weeks. Bye.